Good morning. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I'm Kristene and I help people get unstuck and create their reality. Thank you so much again for watching. Today's video is on spiritual awakening. How to know if you're going through a spiritual awakening. Who goes through a spiritual awakening and what is a spiritual awakening? First thing, a spiritual awakening is when your mind is elevated to a different realm of consciousness. You are basically waking up. You are going through a spiritual awakening. You are waking up to new ideas, new possibilities, and you're basically going through one of the most amazing transformations of your life. Who goes through a spiritual awakening? I would say that the people who go through that I have met in my personal experience are people who have had one or more multiple trauma situations in their life. And also people who have had stints in sobriety from drugs or alcohol for a period of time. This is my personal belief on it and everybody that I've met. But there are also other people who go through a spiritual awakening who have not experienced trauma or sobriety in their lives. So again, I'm going to start with a video. Here's 5 signs to know if you're going through a spiritual awakening. Number 1, synchronicities in your life are off the charts, to almost to the point that you're getting online to look up what is going on, that you feel crazy that you're seeing so many different synchronicities. From patterns in numbers, seeing repeated numbers on clocks, seeing repeated numbers on license plates, seeing repeating numbers everywhere, apartment buildings, wherever you may look, you might see the same number over and over again. Or you're hearing repeating songs, or you think of something and it just happens to show up. The synchronicities are just so massive that it can't be put off as a coincidence, basically. That is number 1. Number 2, you are no longer interested in your life, whether it may be a relationship, your job, just anything that you have going on that's probably been your life for some time now, you just no longer have interest in it and you can't figure out why. For a long time, I worked and socialized in the bar industry for a good 15 years. That was my life. That was my lifestyle. And when I started going through my spiritual awakening, it just the people, the lifestyle, it just didn't appeal to me anymore. This was definitely after I got out of a traumatic experience in my life, and I just was no longer interested in really anything that I was doing. I just felt almost that I was purging out of my skin and that I was coming out of my body. And I just did not relate to my business. I did not relate to the people around me. I just couldn't relate to anyone anymore. And this is okay. This is a good thing because it is so good to go through purges in our lives. And the spiritual awakening, again, is one of the most transformational things you'll ever go through. So if you're watching this right now, I'm super excited for you because even more amazing things are going to come. That's number 2. Number 3, your physical symptoms are all over the board. It's hard for you to get up in the morning. It's hard for you to get in bed at night. It's hard for you to get up from the floor if you're doing something on the ground. Your sleep is completely off. Your taste buds are completely off. Go into a little bit more detail about that, about the sleep. I noticed when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I would wake up all the time at 3 in the morning. I did not understand why I was always waking up at 3 in the morning, but people who are going through a spiritual awakening wake up early morning hours. If you're waking up early morning hours, you're going through a spiritual awakening. And this is on a consistent basis, usually night after night for a good week or 2. Also, that your taste buds are off. Foods that you used to like, you don't like anymore. Foods that you don't like, you start to crave. I remember I went through this with cantaloupe. I used to hate cantaloupe. I just thought it was the most disgusting thing. And then when I started going through my spiritual awakening, I started to like cantaloupe. And I just, once I found out more about all this stuff, it just kind of made more sense. But at first, I just thought it was really off. And then also about going to bed and waking up. We all age and we all get a little bit older and our bodies get a little bit more crackety and stuff, but you will start to notice that you are just having a hard time, harder than normal, or that it just seems like it just really came out of nowhere, that your body is just achy and really uncomfortable. But all of these signs are going to subside soon. Your body is basically going through, again, your body's going through an awakening, and you're going through a purging process of releasing toxins and things that no longer serve you. Number 4, you are drawn to spirituality when you had no interest in it before. This was me. I had no idea about spirituality, never thought about it, never cared. And then when I started going through my awakening, without even knowing that I was going through an awakening, I would notice myself, again, with the patterns, getting online, saying, okay, this is too much of a coincidence. You're starting to be drawn to looking up things. What does this mean? What do I mean? What does my life mean? What does everything mean? That is a huge way to know that you're going through a spiritual awakening. Is you're drawn to spirituality. You start to notice that blogs appear and people appear and things appear that have to do with spirituality when it was never in your conscious before. You never thought about it. This is one of my favorite signs. And number 5, this can be an amazing, or you can look at it as not the best thing. Kind of depends on you. But this is when you start to realize that you can feel other people's moods and energies. You know, for so long, I walked around just completely unconscious, not aware of really what I was feeling, definitely not aware of what I was thinking and how I was creating my own reality. And once I started to go through my awakening, I started to feel family, friends, even stuff on the TV. I started to feel people's emotions, and it just kind of shook my core. I just didn't understand, okay, is this my emotion? Is this their emotion? Why am I even feeling what this person is going through? You just really start to connect with what somebody else is going through. You know, if you're hanging out with a friend and they're going through some tough times and they're telling you their story, or they're really depressed, or they're really down, and then you start to feel really down and you start to feel really depressed, and you just wonder, what is going on? How come I am taking on what this person is talking about? This is just completely unreal. So this is basically meaning that you're an empath. You've probably always been an empath, but you were just awakening and you're able to feel it more. And we'll go into details more about an empath and the life that they lead a little bit more on another video. But that's it. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Again, my name is Kristene. I help people get unstuck and create their reality. EricaKristene.com is my website. You can find me all over Google, social media, Facebook, Instagram. I'm recently building up my YouTube channel. I absolutely love YouTube. YouTube is where I first found videos when I was first going through my awakening, and I wanted to just be more inspired and more motivated. I initially went to YouTube, and so that's why I'm starting to build up my channel, and I really appreciate all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much. If you like this video, share it, and also for video notifications, hit the bell and you will get a notification every time I post a new video. So thank you so much. I'm Kristene, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.